We just received a box from Japan with a few tea samples inside. The next 3, we are going to taste them with you. Hi guys, this is Gabriele from nannuoshan, and today I am with Caroline.
Hi.
At nannuoshan we share the pleasure of drinking and discovering genuine farm tea, and today we have here 3 genuine and hopefully also tasty tea that we are going to taste for the first time. They are 3 Sencha, and you see just here in displayed in front of us. I know also the price of each of them, or at least the relative price between the 3. I told you already, Caroline, that one is much more expensive than the other 2. So your task for today is finding it out, just to make it a little bit more intense. Yeah, go ahead, smell the tea. There are 3 senchas, and as you have read on the thumbnail, there are actually 3 Fukamushi. So a specific type of sencha that is often quite popular actually in the Shizuoka prefecture, where all these 3 come from. They come from the same producer, and the peculiarity of the Fukamushi is that it means deep steamed. It is steamed for fairly long with respect to traditional sencha, and that break up the leaves a little bit. So if you look at the typical sencha, the leaves are pretty much intact, and the more you steam, the more they fall apart. And here we have, well, this one is not too bad. It is a little bit broken up, but not so much as the other. Well, in the other, you see that there is a little bit of more broken leaves. Yeah. But without further ado, we have here 3 grams. So we can put them inside and go ahead and steep them. I go with, we have 100 milliliter guy one here. We are going with 70 degrees water. And since the leaves are a bit broken, I will steep the first 30 seconds light, and then we see how to do the next ones. So I have here a timer, and let's get started. So we said that the classic, or not the classic, this type is called Fukamushi, while we have the classic one, or the one that is steamed for less time, is called asamushi, which means I do that afterwards, otherwise I'm not able to. Asamushi, which means light steep. There we go. Let's turn this leaves is a bit. Okay, next one's quick. Thank you.
Different color.
Oh, fairly different, yeah. It's more like if it would just been ice. It has more of a cool. And you see how much actually remains on the filter, because it's so thin. So let's wait for it. And then there is actually also a variety that is in between asamushi and fukamushi that is less popular, also because being something in between is not it doesn't have, let's say, the characteristic neither of the first one or of the second one. The name of it, do you remember to say medium? Chumushi, which means medium steam in Japanese.
Okay.
So yeah, let's have a look at the color first.
Actually, it's not that different.
Yeah, just this one is a bit lighter, but also since the leaves were more integer, could also be because of that. Which one do you want to start with?
Just smell them.
I give you the choice. Yeah, let's smell them first. Well, now you see really that they are really broken up, the leaves.
The The first one already smells like it's going to be bitter.
Okay.
The second one smells more umami, which I very much like. And the third one also smells very good.
It's difficult to show that actually in the camera, but we can give it a try actually. Let's do like that so that you all see also the leaves basically. So this is one here. This is the one that is here to the left, so the first one. Then the second one is somewhat much greener. This is the second one here. And then we have the third one, that is this one here. So Caroline, in terms of color, these two are a bit more lively. Yeah,
Yes.
this is much greener actually than the other, and this is a more fade out green maybe.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to start with?
This one.
First one? Okay. That's not bitter.
No, it's not.
It's still fairly light. Yeah, we can go maybe for a little bit longer. The second, the second steep. Second one. So from what we are searching for a Fukamushi, you would expect more actually of a deeper flavor than and richer also than a lighter Fukamushi. Not so much grassiness that you have more in the Asamushi, and also less astringency actually. That's very different actually. It's more vibrant to me, more vegetal in a way.
Vegetal, a bit more umami, I would say, than the first one.
And this is the third one. These are all, by the way, teas from last year harvest. Since it's the first time we are working with this producer, I just got samples from the previous harvest to get the feeling of which is the quality there. And then we will get samples of the new harvest in the next month. Oh, it is this one. I have to compare these two closer to each other actually. I think they are more similar, yeah. They are more similar than the other one. So let's do another steep and let's see how it is. This time I do it a bit longer, even if it is over steeped, doesn't matter. So we do either 45 or 1 minute, let's find out. Also because quite some leaves are actually on the... We can empty this, Caroline. And before doing this video today, we also tried 2 other teas. We had a Hojicha that we tried, that was on the lighter side with respect to the roasting. Kind of similar actually to one of the 3 Hojicha that we had recently in a video, but even maybe even lighter somehow. So let's do a minute, see what comes out. It's probably a little bit too much, but doesn't matter. Takes forever too.
Yeah, a lot of leaves on the filter.
Okay, and then we had also a black tea before, also from Japan, that I like it probably better than you liked it. To me, it was interesting. It was, it reminds me of Darjeeling. What did you say about that one?
So it's very difficult to describe because it's a taste I've never had before. I must say I'm not an expert in black Japanese teas. It was a sort of mix between the grassiness of a green tea, a bit of the umami-ness of Japanese tea in general, but then some kind of floral notes and a bit of, for me, like oriental beauty type of tea, and still at the end a bit of the bitterness of a black tea. So it was very, I don't know, the bitterness of Taiwan black tea. So it was a very confusing mix to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just because, I'm probably more used to Chinese black teas. So this was really something new to me. Yeah.
Yeah, but certainly was also new to me. I didn't have a lot of black teas from Japan, but more of on an interesting side. It was not an expensive black tea, so worth considering. Now this is more the color that I would expect from a Fukamushi. Okay, it's like almost olive oil, where you cannot really see through it. Shall we go in the same order?
Yes, yeah.
Or the completely inverse. Sometimes we do completely inverse. Let's do. And also the fact that when you brew it, even if you filter it, you see a lot of powder on the bottom, or at least some. Also typical of Fukamushi.
Now the bitterness is coming out.
Mm-hmm. And also a little bit, the bitterness is definitely there, and also that algae taste that reminds me so much of Japan is much more characteristic. Let's have a compare with the first one straight, since they were closer to each other.
I really like umami teas, and like so far these ones have a bit less of it.
What you were expecting,
the algae,
which
umami
actually
taste.
umami is what you want also from Fukamushi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is actually to me better than that one. Is less bitter. It has also less taste though. Yeah.
It has a bit of a floral, like mini floral note to this one.
Mini.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm missing the. I don't know.
Yeah, they are both.
Yeah.
Yeah, both are missing. Let's see the third one. That's how it is. Trying different producers. How is this one? Mm-hmm.
It has a weird. It's difficult to describe. It's
Well,
not umami.
It's much different than the other two, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
There is less bitterness than the other two, but it tastes strange, weird.
In the middle, it's strange. So it's not something you would expect for.
It's
It's soapy. I feel like it's a very soapy. I don't know.
but not in a so positive way, actually. You know, I mean, we have to say all three now are definitely oversteeped. Okay, all three. But nonetheless, I mean, that's also something you want to try, right? When you taste the tea, you oversteep, you see what comes out. Now, I have to say that all in all, between the three, I probably prefer this one. I don't mind so much about the bitterness, but it is also richer. Yeah. This is the easier maybe just in terms of bitterness, but in terms of taste, And look at the leaves, they are so different. These are much larger and greener. It's a green that is almost actually, how can I say, like of an unripe avocado. I mean, it's like, it's too bright.
It's nearly yellow leaves.
Yeah, almost yellow. This is greener. deeper green, that's very similar to the first one. Yeah. So all in all, none of these is convincing us.
No.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
now that I see it this way, I really prefer that light Hojicha that we had. Yeah, at least the first two steeps were really interesting.
was
They
interesting,
had, you said even floral, some, I said, more aromatic than what you would expect from an Hojicha. It was a lot of stems with some leaves inside. But here it's just, I don't know, they are not really convincing me. And now just to reveal you which is, or you tell, which is do you think the cheapest, then the second cheapest, and the most expensive?
Yeah, probably you put them in order. So this one, the cheapest.
What do you think? Did I put them in order? I mean, of course I did not. Okay, so I tell you, this is the cheapest. Okay, the second cheapest is this one that cost about 50% more than this. Okay, and this one is the by far the most expensive. It costs 4 times the price of these, but to me it's not worth the money. It's I have the impression they tried to do something very peculiar, and it is very peculiar, but it doesn't taste like Fukamushi. Yeah, so it's I mean we have a little bit more of them here, so we can do some more taste. But yeah, that's it for today. We have from them we have also 4 matcha, and some of them are not those that they feature in the wholesaler list that they first sent us, because I asked explicitly from some matcha also for koicha. So let's find out that one. And then they send us also to Gyokuro. So we will give this producer 1 or 2 more possibility with those. And then I will anyway ask all the prices of all of them just to get the confirmation. But these to me are not worth being featured on nannuoshan. You agree?
Yeah. Although, of course, I'm not an expert in Japanese tea, so it's just a question of preference.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing, of course, no one is an expert of everything, but at the same time, you have to like it, right? And you're familiar with tea, you're familiar with bitterness.
Yeah, and I feel that some green teas have more to offer, because there's certain green teas, for example, when they're grown close to the sea, you can really taste a bit of saltiness,
minerality,
the algae. There's so many Japanese teas can be interesting because you can taste where they come from, and I feel like this is the umami flavors are missing. It's like it's less peculiar. I mean, and
this producer was advised to us by a Japanese woman that is also a teacher for Japanese tea ceremony.
Ah, okay.
And so this means actually that she sources matcha. So I'm curious to see how the matcha will be.
But the matchas we already had a few matchas.
Not from this.
Ah, that's another one.
No, another one. That's another producer.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is something new.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, completely different.
Okay.
That one is more of a wholesaler, a larger shop. Yeah. That contacted us first, which is something you usually say no, but he insisted for sending 300 grams of free matcha, and so.
So it's a different. This is not.
Yeah, no, nothing to do with that. Yeah, that one reached out to us. This one we searched for him, and actually we could get some sample only because we mentioned that we knew the.
Okay.
Yeah, the tea master, and. But nonetheless, I say, it could be that they're specialized maybe in matcha, maybe the matcha is super great, and let's find out, right? It's really don't know. But at the end, that's part of the story, when you taste tea, it's not always good, and that's it's important also like that, because if it would be always good, then you have to question actually your taste at a certain point. Okay, let's go with the next one.
But I was really wondering, maybe some people like this type of tea without the umami-ness. Maybe it's just my feeling
not
that
what you would
Japanese tea
expect from
would need a bit of
Fukamushi.
umami-ness for me to personally.
I
really
send
like it, but
I
I
send
don't-
the teas to Jens, and he drinks a lot of. Jens is the author of the tea book that you find also on our website, both in English and in German. And we are friends, and he drinks a lot of Japanese tea, just to get a second opinion. As a matter of fact, if I don't like a tea, it's very hard that it makes it to nannuoshan, if not impossible, I would say. But nonetheless, why not? Just to get a second opinion, right? What he thinks about it. Yeah.
Very bitter now, of course.
Not good. What one do you give me? The first one, yeah?
But I mean, it's green. It's Japanese green tea, so.
Let me try another. Yeah, but still, no. It has also these
Astringency.
unripe note.
It's
Astringency from unripe
it's
fruit.
supposed not to be astringent, but it is. At least this one.
All right, guys, that was it. Let's see how the other teas will taste. But that's all for this week. Bye bye.